So what I was saying in that video that we created before, the video before, is basically we are going to use this query as an intermediate query. So I'm going to save this query as query 5 intermediate. Like I was saying, you can put everything together in one query, or you can do it in two different queries. Either way is good. I'm going to do it in two different queries. Okay, so I'm going to click on OK. So now I have this intermediate query. I can use this intermediate query to create my actual query to show me all the revenues by product description. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to do is, in this case, I'm going to squish all these no pattern. That means I'm going to pull everything together as one line rather than 15 lines here. Okay, that's what I'm planning to do. So to do that, I'm going to create a query design, and I'm going to click on queries, and I'm going to use the intermediate query. So if you click on this, there are tables, queries, and both. You can see all of them. So in the queries, I'm going to click on query intermediate, and I'm going to add that. Now I'm going to pull what I need here is the revenue and the product description. Okay, revenue and the product description. In this, I'm going to click on this button here, this totals. I'm going to click on that, and that will give me an extra line here called total. See this extra row here called total. Here, I'm going to group by the product description. I'm going to group by the product description, and in the revenue, I'm going to use the sum. I'm going to sum all the revenues off by products. That's what I'm planning to do. So if I run this right now, see, now I have for Pooch Pouch it is $6,000. For the blanket it is 513. So if you add up from query 5 intermediate all the numbers, this is what you're going to get. And now I'm going to call this query 5. So the total revenue here is the total of all these numbers. Or in your answers, please write down these things. For each product description, what is the sum of the revenues? Okay, and that is query 5. So I have query 5, that is where the answer is, and I can rename this as query 5 results, and this is my query 5. I'll give you a few minutes or you can pause it here and then you can write down these numbers as well. Okay, let me go on with the next query. The next query is, what is the revenue from pillow covers only from pillow covers? Okay, so I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to use the same intermediate query and then we can do that. So I'm going to create a query design, and I'm going to use the query called intermediate query 5. And all I need is the product description and revenue. And in product description, I need to type the criteria. What criteria? That is the pillow covers only. So pillow covers, let me make sure what I have here. So if I double click on products, I say it's called Pooch Pouch. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to copy that and then go back to my design view. I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to go here, and in my criteria I'm going to put the quote and what I copied as Pooch Pouch pillow cover. So I have pooch pouch pillow cover within quotes is what my criteria is. And now if I go to my design and if I run it, this is the number. Pooch pouch pillow cover. If I want to pull everything together here, I can still do that. I can view this and then I can go to totals and then I can group by, and then in the revenue I'm going to put the sum, and that will, if I run that, it's going to give me a one number. Now a pooch pouch pillow cover, the sum of the revenue is $268.18. And this is pretty much, if I can take a look at it from my query 5 results, which is also 268.18. Okay. So now I'm going to get rid of this, and actually there is a problem. I need to change this to query 6 now. I don't want to make it as query 5. So I'm going to do this again. Sorry about that. I'm going to create a query design and I'm going to use the queries. And since I was showing you the query 5, I clicked on that accidentally. That's what I'm going to do the whole thing again. So I click on this intermediate query and then I'm going to use product description, not twice, but only once. And I'm going to bring the revenue. Come on. And in the criteria, I'm going to put the pooch pouch pillow cover. And I'm going to run this to make sure that I have everything. And it says query 5. And I'm going to make this as query 6 basically. I need to save it as query 6, but I'm going to let me keep it as query 5 itself. That's not a problem. I'm going to call it query 5 pillow cover only. How about that? So now I can go back to my view and I can show the totals, and the revenue is by sum, and this is my number for query 6, which I'm going to call as query 5 pillow covers only. Okay, I'll name it as pillow covers only. Or I can name it as query 6 pillow cover only. Okay, so now I have query 6 pillow cover only, and that is $268.18. That is the answer. So let's go to query 7. What I'm going to do right now is query 7, which says how many of each product was sold in 2001. Okay, so let's do this. Create a query design. I need to have the date right now, and I need to know the products. I need to know the orders also. Okay, so I need orders, order details, and products. Now I can do a couple of things here. So let's create a new query with all those things. So first of all, I need orders, and I need order details, and I need products. All of them are connected to each other right now. They're all joined, so I should be able to use that. I need product description first, so I bring it here. Then I need order date. Then I need quantity ordered. Okay. In order date, I'm looking for order date, which is in 2001. So how many of each product was sold in 2001? So to do that, I'm going to write in the criteria. So you cannot choose 2001, but you can choose what is called between one date and another date. So anything which is sold between 1/1/2001 and 12/31 2001 should be sold in that same year, right? So I'm going to use that. So for that, I need to type between pound. Remember I said for date, we need to put a pound. So we need to put a pound first instead of quotes. So 1/1/2001 pound space and again a pound 12/31/2001 pound. So for the data, in the data type, when you have a text, you're going to use a quote. But if a data type is a date, then you're going to use a pound. So now what I have typed here is between pound 1/1/2001 pound and pound 12/31/2001 pound. Okay, so this basically means anything that is sold in 2001. So if I run this, I'm going to see everything that is sold in 2001, and I have 32 records. So I have 32 products which was sold in 2001. Okay, and you can take a look at it later on and see what are the different products and so on and so forth. But 32 products. So how many products? How many of each product was sold in 2001? So I need to come out with how many of each product. So I can now summarize this as well, right? So I do the same way. So what I'll do is I'm going to get rid of this and I'm going to save it as query 7 intermediate. Okay. Now I'm going to create a new query design. I'm going to use the query 7 intermediate and product description, quantity ordered, because now I don't need to order date because it is already 2001. I got all the things for 2001. So I'm going to summarize this by product group by product description, and I'm going to sum the quantity ordered, and that will give me by product. So this is what you need to write down in your answer. Pooch pouch applique, 54 of them was sold in 2001. Pooch pouch blanket, 27 was sold in 2001. No pattern, 159, pattern 35, pillow cover 1, pillow replacement 6. These were sold in 2001. This is what you need to write. Okay, and I'm going to, you can pause this and write it down and all that stuff. So I'm going to get rid of this and I'm going to save this as query 7 answer. Okay, so now I have these 7 queries. So I'm going to use another video to do these two, the remaining 2. Okay, and then I'll also show you a report in that video. So I'm going to have another video and I'm going to show this, the question 8 and question 9. Okay, so let me save this and then we'll see you soon.